everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. The Conjuring 3 trailer has finally dropped. We finally have seen actual scenes from this movie, something I've been wanting for a long time now. Very excited to get into this, but first I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon if you want to see some extra content like my podcasts, or also you can see my versus videos a day early. Alright, now let's break down this trailer.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
You son of a...
God, don't do that.
But sometimes that is better.
So last night we got our first actual images from the film, which were of course seen in the trailer today, and some quotes from director Michael Chavez. Michael said in an interview, "In a lot of ways, this is the biggest Conjuring movie. I showed the final cut to Vera Farmiga and her husband, and they agreed. They were like, this is the darkest Conjuring movie. It digs into some really dark material. This is definitely a case where there's real consequences. There's real victims." Wow, actual deaths in a Conjuring movie? Okay, I'm down for it. I will say this trailer does look a lot darker than the other films, literally, and because like the subject matter is going to be darker, which I'm excited for. Definitely something these films need. I feel like The Conjuring 2 was a little silly at points, like the crooked man being like this stop motion animated character wasn't very scary to me. It just kind of looks silly. I'm excited to see where this film goes though. The monster in it looks pretty generic, I will say, from the trailer. That's my one big diss for it. It's just like it just looks like some old dude with like these like spooky looking eyes. There were two really big things I noticed in this trailer though. Of course, John Noble is in this new film, which I hadn't known before. If you don't know who that is, he's in the third Lord of the Rings film, like one of my favorite trilogy of movies of all time. And he's also on this show called Fringe. He was like one of the stars of it. I was like a huge part of my childhood. Love that show. I believe it's written by J.J. Abrams. I can't remember exactly if he directed it or like wrote it, what the deal was with that, but he was the showrunner of it. He's gonna be in this movie, which is really exciting. He's an awesome actor. Very, very excited to see him in this film. It seems like he fits so well into this universe too. He just has that look for like an Angels and Demons kind of like horror movie series. Also, something else to note here is that Bonnie Aarons, the actress who plays the nun, is confirmed to be in this movie. She is actually on the cast list. So will we see the nun return at some point in this movie? That'd be pretty exciting. I mean, like, I'm sure they're gonna do a Nun 2 at some point. That movie made a bunch of money, so they're gonna set it up somehow. That's kind of how these movies work. I mean, remember Annabelle Comes Home? Like, literally there was so many things set up in this movie. I'm sure one of the monsters from that film will return in this new Conjuring 3. That dude with the spooky eyes might have been like the coin guy from that movie. There's so much ish going on in that movie, I couldn't even tell you what. Breaking down this trailer a little bit though, obviously the film is going to be about this dude named Arnie who actually like killed his entire family and had no memory of it and claimed that the devil made him do it, hence that tagline. The very beginning shot of this trailer is Arnie walking down the street and a cop pulls up next to him and is like, "Oh my god, why are you covered in blood, dude?" And he's just like, "I think I hurt somebody." That would suck. That would really suck if you just kind of woke up, you're walking down the street covered in blood and your whole family's dead. Why do I find that funny? Why am I so fucked up? There's really only a few highlights throughout this trailer. Really interesting stuff to talk about here. The one thing is there's this kid laying on this waterbed, and then they decide to go and copy a scene from A Nightmare on Elm Street where it's like Freddy's face going through the latex wall. Well, here it's on a waterbed, so that's a little bit of a little difference there, a little bit of a change.
How's this for a wet dream?
And we see this like thing, like this dude's face kind of under there. It's the monster in this new movie, whatever the demon's gonna look like. And then we actually get like a little bit of a jump scare where his hand just pokes through the waterbed and grabs the kid. That's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. Pretty creative there, and kind of an homage to A Nightmare on Elm Street. We also get to see a bunch of scenes in the woods, which I think is interesting. I don't really think these movies have had like any like deep like wooden scenes, you know what I mean? Like maybe the first movie a little bit was outside, like in that backyard of that creepy house. But like we haven't really seen like demons running through the woods, so I think that'll be interesting to see in this new movie. We actually do get to see a demon hanging out outside, and Vera Farmiga's just kind of hanging out there trying to find the demon or whatever she's doing. I don't know. Once again, I don't care about the plots of these movies. I just like watching jump scares and getting spooked. It's fun. It's a good time. I don't think this movie's gonna be anything too crazy or special. That's kind of what this trailer's telling me. honestly. I think it's gonna be fun, just like Annabelle Comes Home. You know, I don't think that was a very good movie, but was it fun, and will I watch it again sometime? Of course I will, because it's fun. It's a good time. Why not? Like, not every movie has to be this deep, psychological, horrifying thing that's like super masterful. That's what so many horror critics will say about these movies. It's like, oh, well, it's not very scary at all. It's not very intelligent. The script is terrible. You know what? I don't care. It's fun. It's gonna be a good time. The other really interesting shot from this trailer is the very ending. We see Lorraine hanging out on this like cliff that looks exactly like the same place where they filmed that scene from It Chapter 1. So maybe Pennywise is in this movie. That'd be cool. Hey, maybe Bill Skarsgård shows up. No, but it looks like they're kind of like just hanging out somewhere, and then like this demon pulls her off a cliff, and then it's like the last shot of the trailer. Ed goes to grab her. Who knows if he gets her or not? Maybe she's dead. There's a literal cliffhanger at the end of this trailer. I like it. Overall, I think we're gonna get exactly what we expect from The Conjuring 3. Nothing that exciting, just another fun Conjuring movie. And that's fine, whatever. Like, I'm not expecting any more than that, honestly. It's one of those movies that's kind of like a haunted house. You know, you walk through it, you get people jump out of you, it's scary. Was there really anything about that that's gonna stick with you afterwards? No, not really. That's not these kind of movies. Maybe the first one is like a little like super scary like that, but the rest of them, they're just a fun time. You know what I mean? I like watching these movies with friends. I probably won't go to the theaters to see this, but it's gonna be on HBO Max, so I'll probably watch it with all my buddies. You know, it's gonna be a good time. There are other films this year anyways that are going to be deep, psychological, and horrifying that we'll talk about later sometime this year. Or when news comes out, because I like to update people on stuff, because that's fun. Overall, I am very excited for The Conjuring 3. I have had my worries about it, like thinking like, oh, we have this other director, you know, the same guy that directed La Llorona, which is arguably the worst movie in this series. And the problem with that movie is it kind of forgets to be fun. Like, it forgets to have fun, doesn't have effective jump scares. It's like, why am I even watching this? This guy is unfortunately directing the new Conjuring film, which doesn't make any sense at all. I think James Wan should have directed this film, but he did have creative control. He did, like, you know, play around with it. I'm sure he produced the film. So I'm sure this new Conjuring film is not going to be missing his touch. It definitely looks like it's going to be a lot darker. I think we're going to actually see some people die in this movie, like opposed to the other films where no one really even dies. They just kind of get scared for a bit. Yeah, so like hopefully we get to see some like actually people getting ripped to shreds by demons. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. I like seeing gore in my movies. The Conjuring 3 comes out on June 4th of this year, just like a month away basically. It's almost a month away. We're getting there, like a month and a week. Are you guys excited for The Conjuring 3? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Or maybe you're not. You completely despise these movies. I don't know why you're still watching this video then. Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching my trailer breakdown of The Conjuring 3. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Just look up KillJoy Jake and I'll come up. Check out my second channel, Movie Smoothie, where I review everything that isn't horror. I'll do like reviews on just like Marvel movies, this new Sonic the Hedgehog movie when that comes out. You can find that by going to the little channels tab on my page here, and then you can go subscribe, hopefully. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.